So this is a new tutorial series on a bit of a different approach to creating a portfolio quality wireframe unshaded turntable animation for your models. So initially, well, here's my test subject. It's a cute alien girl character type, right? Looks good. I mean, definitely for intro class, pretty darn nice. So from here, where the hell did it go? Alright, this is how it looks like, right? This is the render, and from the previous one it's different because the background, you can see there's a background and there's a bit of a nice soft fall off shadowing here, and yeah, everything else is standard stuff from the other tutorial, which I'm going to explain, minus the AI shadow matte and the camera background gray color. So I'm just explaining the difference between the other one, which is also still on my YouTube channel. So this is what it looks like, the render. I'm also going to show what the turntable render looks like. And also this different method, it does take longer to render. Previously in the other video tutorial using the AI shadow matte, it only took 2 seconds a render at the best quality settings. But this one, each render takes about 14 or 13 seconds, and that's based on GPU rendering with 2 RTX 4090s or something like that, or 2 RTX 3080s, something along those equivalent. Yeah, so this one, it takes substantially longer, like, you know, before it was 2 seconds, now it's 13 seconds per image. In a percentage sense, it's exponentially longer from 2 versus 13. Anyway, just need to point that out. So here we are. I'm starting from scratch, brand new scene. I have the character. Everything is properly named. Right, everything is properly named. And from there, what I'm going to do is next 1 second. I need to check to see if the midline is correct. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm in the front view, and I'm gonna select, for example, the bodysuit, right? And the bodysuit, it is running right down the center line, just like in my other tutorial with the other character. If I select the main body, it too is running down the center line. If I check my side profile, right, say body, you notice that don't look at the handle, but if you look at the body in general, right, actually, you know what, even the handle too, you could tell. See, if I press the plus sign, it slightly this way. And for something like this, right, I will just do the center pivot, which is under modify center. Even doing the center pivot doesn't matter, it still wouldn't put down here. But regardless, the whole point is that is the body running down the middle like this evenly. See, for the most part it is. It is slightly a little bit more forward. See if you notice here, see the distance between here, it's a slightly more forward heavy, leaning towards, whereas this has more space. So this needs to be corrected. And how do I know this? Is that because in the 3D space, I'm going to turn on my multi-sample anti-alias. That way the lines are strong. You notice that if I use this platform, and if I take a look at it, you see this circle here? You notice that it is leaning more towards the front, whereas the back has more space. So it has to be moved. So what I need to do is just grab all of it, right? Oh, and by the way, for the students in my classes, I'll put this on our class folder, so you can import it and have it part of your overall turntable, just to help out, you know, this platform. So it'll be in the W drive and in our classroom folder. The way you bring this in, you go to File, Import, and that's all you do. You bring it in. You may need to kind of scale it smaller or bigger depending on the size of your own character. So just keep that in mind as well. With that being said, I'm going to grab everything. Alright, that's everything. And I'm going to just look through here. I'm going to just kind of pull it back a bit. So I'm using this circle, this concentric ring, right? Right there, see? That's in the middle. If I check in here, in the side view, you notice that there's 2 square units, 2 square units. So it's perfectly in the middle. If I look from the top, right, Alt 5 for wireframe on shaded, it too is well balanced for the most part. Right, so that's what I'm looking for. And that's set. But now you notice that I have information in my channel box. Right, see? Typically, the good habit is to wipe this out. You know, I've taught this, mentioned this several times, right? Where you want to clear out your channel box. So let's clear out our channel box. Basically, you select everything, and also including the platform, especially the platform as well, because the platform does have some movement data. And the reason why is that I'll explain after. Let me first freeze this out, grab all of it, right? And then go to Modify, Freeze Transformations, and see how it gets wiped out. That tool is over here, the icon, Freeze Transformations. Again, it's Modify, Freeze Transformations. Another side note is that, let's say previously, before, when I had moved it from here to here, right? When I moved it from here to here, if some of your assets are kind of inversely moving forward, right, or moving more further back, like you'll notice that on a rare occasion when you grab a lot of things and you kind of move them to place them, right, the other assets may move in an inverse way like this, or it may move further back. Like it'll just look janky, like what the hell's going on. If that happens to your model, I repeat, if that happens to your model, when you're moving it back in space, and let's say other items are moving forward like this, or let's say other items are doing things like this, you'll know when you see it. If that happens, what you want to do is freeze transform and then move your stuff. That's what you call double transforms. That will cause that annoying glitch. Just saying that ahead of time. If it does some weird things, stop what you're doing, freeze transforms, and then move it. and then go back and freeze transforms again. So if I'm looking here, everything is cleared out. See, all my transformations are cleared out, so it's good. Yeah. So we cleared the transformations, and we also deleted the history, and also checked the center line, right? We checked the center line, right? So everything is good. We checked the model is sitting flush on the ground, right? So that's good. Check that the platform is dead centered, right? In the front and in the side. So everything is checking out well. And then next, after that, you want to select everything and press 3, the key 3, because that's for the smooth preview. Because this is 1, see, faceted, and 3, the smooth preview subdivision proxy. Subdivision surfaces, right? So make sure everything is 3, including the platform. So that's good. Then you select everything, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna group it. Edit, group. See? And then here, if I crack this open, everything's in there, contained. This is named group 1. I'm gonna just name it character and platform group, GRP. And you will notice that the pivot point of the group is at the floor, dead centered for the front, and in the side view, the group is also, the handle is dead centered in the middle, and at the bottom, right, where it's at the 0, 0, 0 axis, right here, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 axis. So there's your group. We made a group. We needed to make a group, so that reason why is because to do the rotations. That way it all rotates together at once. And it's just also convenient. I'm gonna grab the group, right, from the outliner. I'm gonna place it in a display layer. Select the group, and here, click on the last icon. We made that. V for visibility over here, on, off. Double click it, highlight it. I'm gonna put underscore, character, and platform, right, and then save. Right, just to make things organized. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change my, make sure to have your menu set, drop down menu. From modeling, set it to rendering, because we're gonna be in the rendering department, right? So make sure it's set to rendering. Then after that, I need to check my render settings, which is this clapper right here, the gearbox, right? Render settings. And I need to change it to a GPU rendering. So just to cover all my bases, click on the System tab, click on that drop down menu under Device Selection, GPU, check this on, enable manual device selection, highlight the graphics card for it, right? GPU, check this on, that's under manual device, highlight it, that's it, right? So that's to make sure your GPU renderer is on, right? Arnold renderer. And then after that, go into your Arnold renderer tab, go under imagers, make sure you have the default Arnold denoiser there. It should be here by default. At least in the version of Maya 2025, it will be here by default. If not, if it is not, you click on Add Imagers, and you click on Denoiser Optics. Don't ask me what this is. It just helps to clean up the the noise from the renders, so you don't have to spend longer render times. So make sure this is here. I repeat, if it's not, go and select denoiser optics. We're gonna leave that alone for now. Hit close. Alright, so that's 15 minutes already. Next, what I want to do is I need to import my massive cylindrical infinity wall. I'm gonna go to File, Import, and where's my, right there, and Import. So this is what it looks like. Again, this file is on the W drive, the class folder, and it's I made it, I modeled it especially so that it has a nice fall off, right? You see the curvature, and that specific curvature, right? So this is level 1, level 3. This curvature is what gives it that nice gradient. So you see this background shadowing, right, and kind of nice and round and not stiff and straight. That's caused by this. And again, using placing the supporting edge loops further back from the edge, and this supporting edge loop further back, which it balances out so that to get a nice and soft curve. That's how I built it. Custom shaped it so that it's like that. One thing I don't like is that you know, this wall here, I can't see through it. So I want to go shading, back face culling, so I can see through it. Again, it's a standard thing that I've shown previously in the past. The other thing you need to do is to delete history and freeze transformations just to be safe. You just never know. So you select the mesh, you go and click here, history, which is also edit, delete by type history, and also freeze transformations, wipes it out, edit, or modify, freeze transformations. So everything is set. Okay. Next thing I need to do is, well, oh, I gotta change my name on this. Character and platform group. I've changed it before, but I had to do some changes and rename it again. Alright, so that's that. I'm gonna also grab the cylindrical wall. I'm gonna make a display layer for it by clicking that, double click it, name it underscore massive cylindrical underscore save. And you want to make sure that the cylindrical wall, okay, I'm going to click on the hyper shade, the cue ball. So the wall, cylindrical wall, it has its the shader is a standard surface 1. Make sure your standard surface, right? Standard surface 1, that's a default shader. You want to, it's not even there, it's not even set. Select it, make sure your specular, right, the specular part, the weight, drop it down to 0. That way there's no shine. You do not want to have shine. I repeat, you do not want to have shine. Just don't. Put the weight to 0, that's it. And I know that the wall has this shader, because if I select the shader, right click, select objects in the initial shading group, and the wall gets selected, so I know it's for that. So the weight needs to drop down to 0. and that's done. Next, I need to go and create a sky dome light. R node, lights, sky dome light. R node, lights, sky dome light. Pop. There it is. If I zoom out, you can see the infamous sky dome light. Okay. I'm going to place the sky dome light in here. I select the sky dome light, double click that, oops, and then it made that. It also placed it in there, right? If I turn on and off, so I'm going to double click it. I'm going to name it underscore sky dome save. All right, so we have all of that set up. One last thing I need to do is, 1 second, I need to save it. File. I'm just gonna save over it for now. I feel confident that everything is good. Okay, so you just save it. I'm gonna end the tutorial right now because it's already been 20 minutes, and I'm gonna come back into it and continue further and do some initial renders and set up the other shaders, and that's the end of that. All right, bye.